There is a specific type of exhaustion that has nothing to do with physical labor. It is a heaviness that sits in the chest, a dull ache behind the eyes. It is the exhaustion of the performance. Think of the last time you smiled when you didn't want to. Think of the last time you agreed with a statement you found foolish or apologized for a mistake you didn't make simply to smooth the air. You felt a subtle fracture in your own reality. You traded a piece of your integrity for a moment of ease. We call this being nice. We are taught from childhood that niceness is a virtue. We are told that to be agreeable is to be good. But there is a shadow side to this behavior that modern psychology and ancient philosophy both recognize, yet rarely discuss. When you are nice from a place of fear, fear of conflict, fear of rejection, fear of being seen as difficult, you are not being virtuous, you are being manipulative. You are curating a version of yourself that is palatable to others, often at the expense of what is true. You are buying their approval with the currency of your own identity, and like any bad investment, eventually you go bankrupt. The Stoics understood that the desire to be liked is a form of slavery. Epictetus warned us that if we look outside ourselves for satisfaction, we have already lost our way. But the alternative isn't cruelty. The alternative isn't coldness. The alternative is kindness. And here's the hard truth that most people miss. Nice and kind are not synonyms. They are often opposites. Niceness is a soft, comforting lie. Kindness is a hard, necessary truth. Niceness weakens the spirit to preserve the peace. Kindness risks the peace to strengthen the spirit. To make this shift to stop being nice and start being kind is not a life hack for better relationships. It is a declaration of independence. And it is dangerous because once you stop playing the game of nice, you will find out who truly values you and who simply valued your submission. Let us dissect the machinery of nice. Etymologically, the word nice is derived from the Latin nescius, which meant ignorant or unaware. In the Middle Ages, it evolved to mean foolish or timid. It is only in recent history that it became a compliment. Psychologically compulsive niceness is often a trauma response. It is a defense mechanism known as fawning. When we perceive a threat, social ostracization, anger, judgment, we make ourselves small. We flatten our edges. We become a mirror reflecting back whatever the other person wants to see. This is not virtue, it is camouflage. The Stoic perspective offers a radical departure from this biological reflex. The Stoic does not view social harmony as the highest good. The highest good is arete excellence of character, or living in accordance with truth. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, had every reason to demand sycophancy. He could have surrounded himself with nice men who applauded his every move. Instead, he wrote to himself to avoid the imperial stain, the corruption of the soul that comes from believing one's own hype fed by the lies of agreeable people. He sought the common good, but he understood that the common good is not the same as common comfort. To be kind is to act in accordance with reason and the nature of the human community. But reason is rarely soft. A surgeon cutting out a tumor is not nice. The scalpel hurts. The recovery is painful. But the surgeon is kind because the intention is health, not immediate pleasure. The nice person is the one who gives you sugar when you have diabetes because they are afraid you'll be angry if they say no. The kind person takes the sugar away, accepts your anger, and stands firm. The shift we are discussing today is the shift from external validation nice to internal integrity kind. Niceness asks, how do I make them like me? Kindness asks, what is the most constructive thing I can do right now, regardless of how it is received? The difference seems subtle, but it is the difference between a servant and a sovereign. When you operate from a framework of niceness, You are unknowingly signing a covert contract with everyone you meet. The contract reads, "I will suppress my true feelings and agree with you. In exchange, you must never criticize me, reject me, or cause me discomfort." This is the nice guy or nice girl syndrome. It is transactional. And when the world does not honor this secret contract, when people are rude despite your politeness or indifferent despite your fawning, you feel resentment. You feel betrayed. Why are they treating me this way? I'm so nice to them. The Stoic realizes that this resentment is self-inflicted. You're angry because your manipulation failed. Seneca put it bluntly, "He who seeks only the applause of the audience puts his happiness in the hands of others." Kindness destroys this contract. Kindness is unilateral. You are kind because it is who you are not because of what you want them to be. If you help someone and they spit in your face, the nice person is crushed. The kind person is unaffected because their action was about their own character, not the recipient's reaction. There is a cruelty hidden within niceness. When we are nice instead of honest, we rob others of reality. Imagine a friend who is pursuing a path that is clearly destroying them, perhaps a toxic relationship or a delusional career move. The nice friend offers empty encouragement. Follow your heart. It will all work out. They say this to avoid the awkwardness of the truth. They prioritize their own comfort over their friend's reality. The kind friend risks the friendship to speak the truth. "I think you are making a mistake, and here is why." This is the Stoic duty to the brotherhood of humanity. We are not called to be enablers. We are called to be rational observers. By withholding the truth to be nice, you're allowing your friend to walk off a cliff because you didn't want to ruin the view. Kindness requires the strength to be the villain in someone else's story, temporarily for their ultimate good. It requires you to withstand the label of being judgmental or harsh, knowing that your conscience is clear. How do we build the capacity for this kindness? It requires what the Stoics called autokeia, self-sufficiency. You cannot be kind if you are needy. If you need validation, you will always default to niceness. To be truly kind, you must reach a point of indifference toward the opinions of others. This is the paradox. You can only truly serve others when you stop needing them. When you no longer fear the silence in the conversation, you can speak what needs to be spoken. When you no longer fear the frown on their face, you can refuse the request that drains your time. This is where the dangerous difference manifests. A nice person is harmless because they are controlled by the crowd. A kind person is dangerous because they are uncontrollable. They cannot be shamed into compliance. They cannot be flattered into submission. They move according to their own internal compass of virtue. This creates friction. Do not expect this shift to make you popular. Nice people are popular because they are mirrors. Kind people are often solitary because they are rocks. We must manage our expectations. If you choose to kill the nice persona and adopt the kind character, you will lose people. There are those in your life who only love you for your utility, for your compliance, for the soft cushion you provide for their ego. When you replace that cushion with a hard surface of truth, they will leave. Let them go. Stoicism does not promise you a garden of friends. It promises you a fortress of peace. The danger of being nice is that you eventually forget who you are. You wear the mask so long it grafts to your skin. You become a hollow vessel filled only by the expectations of others. The danger of being kind is different. The danger is loneliness. The danger is misunderstanding. You may be viewed as cold. You may be viewed as arrogant. But consider the alternative. Would you rather be surrounded by people who love a performance or stand alone in the reality of who you are? Marcus Aurelius asked himself, What is it that you want to continue to be a hypocrite, to hide to fawn, or to stand up and be a man? The next time you feel the urge to smile, when you are angry, to say yes when you mean no, to fill the silence with nervous chatter. Stop. Hold the silence. Respect yourself enough to be truthful. Respect them enough to be real. Be kind. But for the love of your own soul, stop being nice.